Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Small School Districts Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit your questions through the Q&A button at any time during the presentations. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions you have. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. There are more sessions happening, so feel free to sign up for more. And lastly, this recording will be available early next week. All sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/SSDA. We are currently in session C10, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first representative from University College Dublin.
All right. Well, great. Thank you everybody so much for joining today, tuning in. My name is Bridie Troy, and I'm here to talk about University College Dublin, also called UCD for short. UCD is Ireland's largest and most international university, so we are home to over 18,000 undergraduate students, 25% of whom hail from outside of Ireland, just like all of you. UCD is ranked #1 in Ireland by the US News and World Report, and we are in the top 1% of higher education institutions worldwide. So you can be sure that when you get your degree at UCD, you're getting a degree from an internationally ranked and internationally accredited school. So you'll be able to bring that degree with you no matter where your career takes you across the world. So first off, I'd really like to talk about the Emerald Isle, what it's like to live, study, and travel in Ireland. So in my admittedly biased opinion, Ireland is just the best country in the world in which to attend college. Ireland is the only English-speaking member of the European Union, and this offers a really great gateway to the rest of Europe for American students. We are routinely voted one of the safest, one of the happiest, and one of the friendliest countries in the world. The scenery is just absolutely breathtaking, and the entire country is about the size of Illinois, so this makes it incredibly easy to travel around. UCD is located in the heart of Ireland's capital city, and Dublin has one of the youngest populations in Europe. So this helps make it an amazing city in which to attend college with something always going on. There's a million young people walking around, going to pubs, seeing the sights, taking in the culture, and really just enjoying everything that Dublin has to offer. Additionally, Dublin is considered the Silicon Valley of Europe and hosts many of the European headquarters for some of America's largest industries, opening up a lot of internship and career opportunities for our students. So you can see UCD's main campus behind me, but also in this photo, and this is a great campus. It offers really state-of-the-art learning and living facilities right near this bustling city center. UCD does have a modern campus built on tradition. So what I mean by this is that our buildings, our research institutions, and all of our resources are constantly updated to offer you the best possible learning environment. At the same time, however, UCD has a really unique and impactful history wherein the college actually played a huge role in the establishment of Ireland as an independent nation. Also, we have educated over half of Ireland's prime ministers. So the country has a great reputation both in Ireland, where our alumni go on to lead the country, and throughout the world. As I said, we are Ireland's most international university, and this really helps UCD to foster a great international student support system. So we host a global lounge. We have a guaranteed on-campus accommodation for incoming students, and we have over 160 clubs and societies. So this kind of all combines to help create this tight-knit community that helps you feel at home even when you're across the ocean. A little bit more about our campus. We are very similar to a traditional US college campus with all of the amenities that we offer. UCD offers academic supports, including libraries throughout campus, dedicated to different academic disciplines, student advisors, and math and writing centers. Additionally, we offer a lot of personal support in the way of peer mentorship, student health and counseling services, and a wellness text line. So UCD does offer guaranteed on-campus housing for incoming international students. We have rooms for over 3,000 students on campus, each of them in an apartment-style setup with your own private bedroom, a shared kitchen and bathroom that you'll be sharing with maybe 4 or 5 other students. And some of the buildings have gyms in them. They all have a laundry facility, and there's cafes right around campus that you'll be able to go to at any hour of the day. For some of those late night studying, you need an extra snack. We do offer over 70 undergraduate courses, and this includes a liberal arts and sciences pathway and professional programs in law, medicine, and veterinary medicine. So there are 2 pathways to a degree at UCD. We offer a direct entry pathway and a liberal arts and sciences pathway. So many of our programs are direct entry, and this would be a 3-year bachelor's degree or a 4-year combined master's degree. So this really means that you can start studying your degree right away without having to take any general education requirements. Basically, if you know right now you want to be an engineer, we see no reason to make you read Beowulf. Additionally, if you think you want to be an English major, we really aren't going to make you pay for it and take a statistics course. So it's really nice, very specialized, that you can start right away. However, if you're a bit like how I was when I was 17, 18 years old, and you're undecided, you don't know what you want to major in, that is okay. We do offer a standard liberal arts and sciences degree that mirrors this basic American 4-year timeline. So we have an extensive alumni network for all of our programs with a hands-on career center, and this all combines to make UCD the #1 college for employability in Ireland. So applying to UCD is fairly simple. We have very transparent entry requirements on our website. It is an academic-based application process, not holistic. So we are mostly looking at your GPA and your test scores. We do offer test flexible options this year. As we know, it's been kind of hectic trying to get an ACT or SAT test in, so we are being completely understanding about that. You can log on to ucd.ie/global to see the exact requirements for your chosen major. You can apply directly at ucd.ie, or we are on the Common application. One thing to note is that when applying to UCD, you will apply to a specific major, and in this way, we do differ from American institutions. Applications are now open and rolling into the summer for 2021 entrants. Last thing to say is that I often hear people worrying about the price tag of studying abroad, and honestly, it is very price comparable to a US university. In fact, over 80% of our international students do receive a scholarship from us. We are on the FAFSA, we accept federal loans, private loans, and the GI Bill. So please take down my email. If you have any questions, reach out. I love to talk about UCD. So thank you.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Bishop's University.
Thank you so much. I'll be sharing my screen. Perfect. So hi, my name is Jeremy Harrison, and I am a recruitment admissions officer for Bishop's University. Bishop's University is one of the oldest campuses in Canada. You can really see the history of our entire university throughout the architecture throughout the campus. Bishop's was founded in 1843, so we're even older than the country of Canada itself, and you can really see it throughout the entire campus. A lot of people tend to say that it kind of looks like Hogwarts from Harry Potter. Despite us being located in the French province of Quebec, Canada, we are an English language university, meaning our evaluations, our courses, our interactions, and surrounding community is 100% in English. You do not need to learn or know French in order to be able to excel when you arrive at our school. We are less than 3,000 students, 25% of which are international, come from 80 countries across the world. 75% of our student population is domestic, meaning across Canada itself. And part of our very traditional American centralized campus experience, which is unique in Canada, but quite common in the States, says that 97% of our entire student population lives within walking distance of the campus. This is just to give a slightly a bigger image of where we are located, again, in the country of Canada and the French province of Quebec. We're only about an hour and a half away from the second largest city in Canada, Montreal. We're also really well located for people who want to take advantage of the beauty of Canada and the major city hubs like Quebec City, one of the oldest cities, only 2 hours away, Ottawa, 3.5 hours away, Toronto, 7 hours away. In normal circumstances as well, you could go and visit the states like Boston, New York, and Chicago. These are, again, all driving distances. So many students from all around the world tend to choose to live, learn, and succeed in Canada. We have consistently ranked in #1 best quality of life several years in a row. And 9 of our Canadian universities are ranked among the top 200 universities in the world, and 5 of our Canadian universities are in the top 100 employability. The degree that you will get in Canada is a degree that's internationally well-renowned in any Canadian university. We've also adopted the liberal education model, so it encourages students to ask questions and become more confident in their abilities by being placed in situations that kind of destabilizes them. We saw a shift in employers valuing skills like the ability to present, communicate, network, learn, and adapt quickly. So we try to encourage that type of skill to grow in terms of a student. We also give them the freedom to explore and discover various areas of study. And part of our liberal education model and philosophy, it allows students to tailor the degree through electives and areas of focus. We are strongly focused on experiential learning opportunities. So we do offer a whole bunch of internships, undergrad research. Part of also of our primarily undergrad institution is that you're able to get experiences that would often be exclusive to upper year students who are doing masters or PhDs. An example of that is becoming a TA or a teacher's assistant. If you are interested in computer science or business, you'll be able to be part of the cooperative educational program, essentially doing co-op placement perfectly integrated within your degree. And if you get 3 co-op placements, you'll get a co-op profile on your transcript showing to the employers that you've worked and thrived in your area of study. Bishop's University is also highly focused on academic excellence, so allowing students to become the best versions of themselves. A great example of that is having the writing center, which is available for all students. Let's say you do have a term paper that you have to write, you can book an appointment at the writing center, and then from there, they'll correct every single small little grammar mistakes. You tend to see a 10% increase in grades just from that service itself. Again, it's part of our philosophy where we don't want to hinder the students on things that are increasingly being automated, like grammar, and instead we want to evaluate the students on the true contents of their papers. This is to give an idea of what the first year tuition cost will be for an international student. We expect an estimated total cost to be around 37,419 Canadian dollars. The tuition itself is 25,000 Canadian dollars. Again, accommodations, we expect it depends on the room that you select in the meal plan, but around 10,000, and books and supplies around $1,300. We do offer a whole bunch of merit-based scholarships up to 20,000 Canadian dollars and awards up to 8,000 Canadian dollars. So that's 28,000 Canadian dollars up for grabs for students. However, we don't offer any scholarships based on financial needs or other issues. With that said, the Canadian government offers amazing scholarships for international students, which you can then combine with our own scholarships. Some students are able to get everything covered when they so choose to come to Canada. The application process is very similar, simple. I'll get that really close just to give an idea of what our admission requirements are. The minimum admission requirements is an 80% or a 3.5 out of 4 GPA. We are test optional. We've never required tests at Bishop's University. We tend to follow the traditional Canadian way of looking at a student, and that's based on their grades and educational history as well. If you do have a test, however, an SAT test, and you're very proud of the score, you're more than willing to send it, and we'll take it in consideration, but it's not our primary criteria. The application process is very simple. You just go to our website, click on the big Apply Now button. From there, do the online application and pay the application fee. Right now is 65 Canadian dollars. It changes, however, every single year. Then submit your supporting documents. Oftentimes we'll request the transcript and school profile to see how your school evaluates you per se. The major deadlines to keep in mind, oops, it's not right there, is by May is the deadline in terms of applications, and June 15th is the deadline for residents in order to be on campus. So that's the end of my presentation. Please, if you do have any more questions whatsoever, my personal name is right here, my personal email, jharriso@ubishops.ca, and this is the phone number that you could contact me. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Just a friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions that you have. And if you also have a specific question, to also please note the school name. The next representative is from IE University, Spain.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Allison Holmes. I am also an alum of IE University, and I thought I'd begin with a few interesting facts about Spain. If I can figure out how to get this to move. There we go. Spain has 44 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including our campus in Segovia. The first modern novel, Don Quixote, was written by a Spaniard. Spanish is the second most spoken language with over 400 million people around the world speaking it. Spain is the largest producer of olive oil, the second largest country in the EU, and the second most visited country in the world. So IE is an international university based in Spain. We have two campuses, one in Segovia, which is a small city outside of the capital, Madrid, where we have our second campus. We attract students who are really looking to get a more global understanding of their academic areas of interest. It is a truly unique experience. We are a why is this not moving? There we go. We are, sorry for that. We are a incredibly international school. So we have over 140 different nationalities represented on our campus at a given time, with 75% or more of our students coming from outside of Spain. So you really are in a very global community at IE. We are an internationally recognized university, fully accredited, and we have 5 main pillars: sustainability, humanities, technology and innovation, practical learning methodology. So most of our classes are taught through the case study method, and we offer opportunities for students to do internships, whether they're in Spain or around the world, and participate in hands-on labs, which I'll go into a little bit later. And this makes our graduates very attractive to the companies that come to recruit them on our campus. So within 6 months of graduation, 95% of our graduates are fully employed. And more excitingly, 43% of them are working in countries outside of their country of origin. So if you're really looking to gain that international exposure, this is the university for you. Entrepreneurship, that's another big focus of the school. We were started by entrepreneurs, a group of entrepreneurs in the early 1970s. And we have a lot of different resources available for students who are looking to go that route, with 8% of our students graduating with their own company. There are 5 different schools at IE, and we offer a number of different degree programs. Similar to other European universities, you apply directly to a specific degree. We don't have general education classes that are offered, so it really allows you to dig deeper into your area of interest. And get a better understanding of that. We have anything from architectural studies to business administration, international relations, computer science, and artificial intelligence. And you're able to, if you want, combine some of those areas and do a dual degree program. So you're really able to build your own path and make this experience your own. The labs, as I said before, are a great opportunity for students to get that hands-on professional experience, and they're offered to students in their first and second year of school. And so you're really able to build your resume so that by the time you're looking for jobs, you really are adding value to the companies that you're applying to. These are a list of some of the labs that you can participate in, and it doesn't matter which degree that you're studying, you can participate in any of these labs. There's also honors programs and different seminars that you can participate in to, again, build your resume. We also offer a wide variety of different international exchanges. We have over 160 different partners around the world, and for our international relations degree, it's actually a required part of the program. On campus, we have a wide variety of different activities, events, clubs, and things to participate in, not to mention the fact that you are in Europe. So it's easy to travel on the weekends, explore Europe. And Spain itself, you know, it's an incredible country to live in. I lived there for 6 years, and I can tell you, you know, good food, good people, good weather. It's a great place to live. And in terms of financial aid, so our school is actually more affordable than most state schools. So average tuition is around 20, depending on the degree, is around 20,000 euros per year. But we offer lots of different scholarship opportunities, whether it's need-based, merit-based, diversity-based scholarships, and they'll award up to 75% of tuition. In terms of accommodations, students typically choose from one of these three options, and the application process is pretty straightforward. You can either apply through our website online or through the Common App. And I see that my time is running out. So if you guys have any more questions, please shoot them to me in the chat. You can also use this QR code to get our contact info and get more information about the school. So thank you.
Very helpful information. Thank you. The next representative is from the University of Melbourne.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today and listening to all of our prezos. My name is Julia, and I work for the University of Melbourne, based in Melbourne, Australia. So today I'm just going to go over some advantages of doing your undergrad degree at Uni Melb. Bachelor degrees in Australia are only 3 years, and we are part of the group of 8 universities. So that's the Australian equivalent to an Ivy League at a considerably cheaper price. And one of the best things about Uni Melb is that you get to live in beautiful Melbourne, Australia, and have an amazing adventure. So we are actually ranked #1 in Australia, and we are ranked 25 in the world. We're a large public research intensive university. So we have really everything on offer that you would find at a large public school here in the States. So everything from business to STEM to, the humanities, performing arts, and more. We have about 50,000 students. So that's about half undergrad and half graduate students. And as you can see, a lot of these programs are actually ranked in the top 20 globally. You do have to have a general idea of what you want to study when you're applying to a Uni Melb degree. So you'll apply directly to the program. So let's say you want to study Japanese, you'll apply directly to a Bachelor of Arts, but you do not have to choose your major, and you still have the ability to take elective classes and explore different interests. So this is just, a list of our different majors that we have on offer. Very straightforward admissions. So we really are only going to look at your GPA, your SAT or ACT score, and then we have specific AP prerequisites that we require. But we're not going to look at, extracurriculars, personal statements, essays, or references. The whole application process is going to take you under an hour, and it is very transparent. So if you meet the entry requirements, there's a really good chance you'll get an offer. Each degree has slightly different entry requirements. So again, let's say you want to study communications and you apply to a Bachelor of Arts. You'd need a 3.2, 2 AP exams with a score of 3 or above, and an SAT of 13, 20, or an ACT of 28. We do accept the IB diploma as well. And we certainly have test alternatives for 2021. Feel free to book a time with me to go over this kind of stuff in further depth if you'd like. The academic calendar is a little different down under. So SEM 1 is March to June and SEM 2 is July to November. So the seasons are opposite. So you will be experiencing winter in July. So a lot of students feel that, it's going to be a fortune to do a degree overseas. And in many cases, this is really just not the case. At most international schools, you are able to use US student loans, and that's certainly the case at Uni Melb. And since these are 3-year degrees, you are getting out into the workforce rather than doing a 4th year. And you will actually graduate in 3 years because our majors are not impacted. So you can kind of get an idea that these are, California in-state options, and it's quite comparable to Uni Melb. We do also have scholarships on offer for students. When you submit an application, you'll be automatically considered. So we definitely appreciate that your education is going to be one of the biggest investments that you ever make. So we're really proud to rank 7 in the world for graduate employability. Lots of industry opportunities to get involved in, undergraduate research, and a huge alumni network. So this is our lovely campus. We're just about 10-15 minutes away from downtown Melbourne. Separate campus, and we've been around since 1853, so we have a lot of really beautiful old buildings. We do definitely have modern facilities as well, so it's a bit of best of both worlds. We do, your first year will be a lot of large lectures, but they're always going to be combined with smaller tutorials. So that means like 12-to-1 faculty to student ratio. One of the really great advantages is you get to live in beautiful Melbourne. Melbourne was rated the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row, and we're currently at number 2. So it's a really amazing place to live and really amazing place to study. It's sort of considered the cultural and sports capital of Australia. So lots of museums, and we do have a really vibrant campus life as well, with lots of clubs and different activities. Our student population is quite international as well. We are close to the Great Ocean Road, pictured here, which is a really beautiful place to be. We're close to the beach as well, about 30-40 minutes away from campus. So there really is a lot of easy access to nature. So thanks so much for your time. I would love to connect with you guys further. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about UniMelb, please do feel free to book a one-on-one Zoom call with me here. Or you can also sign up for our mailing list as well, which I really encourage you to do. So thanks very much, and I'll pass it to my colleague.
Great, thank you. Just another reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Any questions that you have about the process or about a specific school, to also feel free to submit those questions. And if you have a specific question, again, to also note the school name. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from the University of British Columbia.
Thanks so much, Catherine. I'm just going to share my screen here. Hi, everyone. My name is Shachita Hussain, and I am a recruitment and advising officer at the University of British Columbia. And today I just want to briefly talk to you about UBC in terms of our academics, campuses, student involvement opportunities, so that you can start to determine if UBC is the right fit for you. So we are a public research university with 2 campuses in British Columbia, Canada. We have over 260 different undergraduate majors to choose from and are consistently ranked in the top 40 research universities in the world and one of the top 3 universities within Canada. And for those of you in the United States, Canada is a great international choice, but one that's still quite close to home. UBC has also been ranked as the most international university in North America, which means you'll be part of a global community of over 18,000 international students that come from more than 160 different countries. You'll have the opportunity to share your classrooms and campus with students from all over and gain a truly global perspective. So we have 2 campuses. UBC's Vancouver campus is in the city of Vancouver, and UBC's Okanagan campus is in the city of Kelowna. These campuses are about a 4 hours drive apart. So you apply to and take all of your classes at the one campus or the other. And regardless of which campus you attend, you will graduate with the same UBC degree that is recognized worldwide. Our Vancouver campus is in the city of Vancouver, a city of about 2.5 million people. It's a vibrant multicultural city located on the Pacific Ocean and surrounded by picturesque mountains. The campus is 20 minutes from the city center and is located on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Musqueam people, home to approximately 45,000 undergraduate students. It's a self-contained place with state-of-the-art facilities, sports fields, museums, restaurants, and theaters. So there's always something to keep you busy on campus or in the city. So this is why it's not really surprising that the city of Vancouver is regularly ranked as one of the most livable cities in the world. Now, maybe you'd prefer a mid-sized campus, and if so, UBC's Okanagan campus in the city of Kelowna may be the option for you. Kelowna's population is just under 200,000 people, and it's one of the fastest growing cities in British Columbia. It's home to a thriving billion-dollar tech industry. So if you're interested in technology, business, and entrepreneurship, and perhaps combining those interests with other areas, then the Okanagan campus is a great place to do that. It's situated within the territory of the Syilx Okanagan Nation. UBC's Okanagan campus is home to just under 10,000 undergraduate students. The campus also has small class sizes, unique campus city partnerships, and more than 1,000 research projects underway, and is a great fit for someone looking for a world-class education in natural surroundings at a mid-sized campus. But a university, of course, is a lot more than its location, and UBC has so many opportunities for you to take advantage of. You'll be encouraged to expand your horizons and find your path here. There are lots of different ways to do this, and I encourage you to explore these, whether it's research. So if you're interested in doing graduate research work at some point, you could start in your undergrad. You could work with a professor on something they're working on, or you can even apply for awards to fund your own research opportunities. Work experience, which I'll explain in just a moment, as well as athletics and recreation. We have varsity teams, or if you just want to play for fun, you can do that too. As well as clubs and associations, we have over 400 for you to join, and Go Global, which is our study abroad program where we have over 200 partnerships around the world, and about 20% of our students will participate in a study abroad program. One highlight is our cooperative education program, which is an option for students in nearly all of our undergraduate programs. Co-op is the opportunity to take what you are learning in the classroom and research labs and actually apply it in the real world through full-time paid internships. Thousands of students participate in co-op placements each year with companies such as Adidas, Electronic Arts, Microsoft, Disney, Lululemon, just to name a few. And in fact, 90% of UBC students who participate in the co-op program receive a job offer within 1 month of graduation. In terms of academics, UBC offers over 260 undergraduate majors. We offer degrees in the fields such as liberal arts, business, and STEM, but also have some unique niche programs in applied biology, kinesiology, forestry, and more. So if you think UBC is the right fit for you, you'll want to start an application. First, you'll want to choose your program and campus and check the admission requirements for that program. Our deadline to apply is usually around the January 15th mark. And after you apply, you will be able to upload your transcripts and other documents. A UBC admission is both comparative and competitive. Your application will be evaluated on a combination of your academic performance and your personal profile. Your personal profile is a chance to tell the university what you're most proud of, what is most important to you, and what you've learned from your experiences. A few programs may require a portfolio or supplemental application. UBC also wants to see that you have challenged yourself by taking a rigorous curriculum at school, including things like honors, AP, IB, and so on. So thanks for learning more about UBC. Make sure you bookmark our website, yrou.ubc.ca. Our website has a lot of information I covered today, as well as further details about requirements, tuition, scholarships, and much more. I also encourage you to book a live virtual tour as a way to see the campus and connect with current UBC students. And feel free to take a screenshot of the screen right now for contact information. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to all our presenters. Again, great information being shared. And so we do have some time left. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and pivot now into our Q&A portion of this session. So I'll ask at this time if all the representatives can turn on their cameras and unmute themselves. And we'll go ahead and start with our first question here, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented it.
Great. Well, my biggest piece of advice, which you guys are all at this fair, so I don't know if you need it as much, but it's to keep an open mind. Make sure that you're not just looking at the colleges that your friends have applied to, maybe the colleges that your parents graduated from. You really don't know your dream college until you check out all of the options. So please reach out to us with any questions. We'd love to talk about our schools. It's our job. But yeah, just keep an open mind as you're going through the search process.
Yeah, I could not agree more, to be quite honest, when it comes to that. Keep an open mind. Another thing I could say as well is look at the college experience you want to have. So what's the cultural experience you want to have? What's the interactions you want to build? Look for that, not just the prestige of the university, or like the University of Belgium said as well, where your friends are going. Truly look at the whole around experience that you want.
Yeah, I think to that point, it's all about fit, right? This is a place that you're going to be for 4 years. This is the network that you're going to have for the rest of your life. What do you want that to look like? I recommend speaking to alumni whenever possible to give you a good taste of that.
Hi, sorry. So my advice, I would just like to echo what my colleagues are saying. You know, really, the world is such a big place, and I really encourage you to, you know, think outside of the box. You won't have unlimited opportunities to live overseas in life. So I really just encourage you to cost everything out, see what it will cost, you know, to go internationally versus some other options, you know, maybe closer to home. And in many cases, you'll find that it can be quite comparable.
Yeah, just in agreement with everyone else, and just really focusing on, yes, it's about the academics, so the programs, of course, but a majority of us offer quite wide variety of programs, but just thinking about the best fit. Where do you want to live for 3 to 4 years of your life? And how you see that sort of playing out, and perhaps also looking at opportunities within the school. So in addition to the program, what sort of opportunities do you have to participate in sort of outside the classroom, and thinking about those things in terms of your lifestyle that you want to have for those 3 to 4 years.
All great advice. It's always helpful to hear advice from other people, especially those who are working at their school. So the advice, I guess, is always really appreciated. Our next question here is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
My favorite tradition, there's a lot, but my favorite tradition would have to be our annual colors match. It's a big rugby match against Trinity College, which is our biggest rival school, and everybody goes all out for it. They got all dressed up in their school colors. And then afterwards, both schools kind of go to the pub together, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a great kind of community building that we do every year.
Yeah, same here. I mean, there's so many traditions in each school that you'll go through, but the one that I would say that really does stand out is homecoming. So that's when our bishop spirits is there, voting for our team, the Gator team, and it's quite an event. You can only see it when you come, but that's something that truly stands out.
At IE, every year we have this event called Global Village. So there's a club for each of the countries that are represented at our school, and each club has a booth where they showcase something that's unique to their culture and their country, whether it's food, music, dance, drinks, all these different things. And it's a full day of experiencing all these different things, and it is so much fun.
So Melbourne is really known for cafes and restaurants. There's more cafes per capita than any other city in the world. So something that's really quite cool is you can walk down the laneways of Melbourne and see all this really cool street art. And that's something that's really cool that our students do in some of our street art classes.
I think some of our traditions at the Vancouver campus would be Storm the Wall, which is quite famous for within our students at that campus. So basically what it is, you can register as a team or on your own, and you bicycle, you swim, you run, and then at the end there is a 12-foot wall that you have to climb over. So usually it helps when you're a part of a team. And at the Okanagan campus, it will be definitely be homecoming is quite an event on that campus.
We'll see if we can try to fit in one more here. The next one is give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
Great. Well, I did mention this in my presentation, but I love that we have educated over half of Ireland's prime ministers. So I mean, we all talked about like, you got to look at like the alumni, what they do for your school or alumni. And our school goes on to lead the country. So I think that's a pretty cool thing that's unique to UCD, at least within Ireland.
I guess one thing that I can mention that's kind of a fun fact right now, I mean, it's right in the moment we're living through COVID-19 and the virus and everything else. Bishop's University has officially just announced that we'll be focusing and prioritizing in-person classes by the fall of September 2021. So if people who may be interested in joining, you're most likely going to have a more of a traditional college experience as possible, despite us having some sort of procedures in place, like mask, hand washing, and temperature checks. But yeah, and another, I guess, fun little fact about Bishop's, I mean, we were truly one of the oldest campuses across Canada. We used to be part of New England at the time, even before Canada was declared as a country. So you can really see the history through our campus.
Fun fact about IE. I think one of the most interesting facts is that, you know, if you're familiar with Spanish history, Spain in the 70s was a dictatorship, essentially. And at that time, there were no other universities that were not connected either to the state or the church. And IE was the very first university started by this group of entrepreneurs to be the first sort of independent university, and that out of the box thinking, that entrepreneurial mindset is really what set them apart and continues to set us apart.
So a fun fact for UniMelb is that we have an underground car park that was, which is a parking lot in US English, and that was actually on a Mad Max movie. So quite a cool place around campus.
Something neat about UBC, and you'll notice it when you're on our campus, you'll see that all of the street signs, so both campuses in Vancouver as well as the Okanagan campus, there's two languages. It will be English as well as, and I'm going to try to pronounce this properly, but in Tsilhqot'in, which is an Indigenous language, and the University of British Columbia is Canada's first university to offer a four-year bachelor's degree in an Indigenous language as well. So that's kind of neat.
Very interesting and fun facts. I always love hearing about the different traditions and interesting fun facts, and that's what really makes each school really unique. So thank you to our representatives for sharing. Thank you for being so open. That was really quick, so we got to get everyone in. So thank you, and thank you to each of you for joining us. As we close, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, we would greatly appreciate it. It's always helpful for us. And lastly, this recording will be available early next week. All sessions are being recorded at strivescan.com/SSDA. We have now reached the conclusion of this session. Again, thank you all and have a great day.